Should one go to a psychotherapist? To me, the answer is more of a no than a yes, because every psychotherapist, no matter how professional they are, first and foremost, they're a human being. And as a human being, they have their own limitations in understanding this reality. And during the prolonged therapeutic content, whether they want it or not, they're sharing their limitations with the patient. That's comes from my experience with therapy. I have been in therapy for 3 years, and I was lucky with my therapist because she was very empathetic and she tried to always listen to me carefully and calm me down. But during my 3rd year of therapy with her, I've started to notice that there are some beliefs in me that are not mine, and they sounded in my head with the voice of my therapist. That made me leave my good therapist and look for other therapists. But the second time I wasn't as lucky, and I came across with a person who considered this their business. And when they're considering this therapy as their business, more than desire to help people, consciously or unconsciously, they might want to make you stay to keep paying them. So that ended my relationship with therapy, with therapists, and I started to seek ways to helping myself. My main tool in helping myself is pretty simple. It's just writing a journal of my thoughts and emotions. This is how my journal looks like. So this is how my journal looks like. Essentially, it's a database. Up to today, I have about 2,400 records here. I've started it around year 2009, but I started using it more actively around COVID time, and right now I am actively using it. So each journal entry has a title, like let's say Stress Diary 28th of April 2019, and then I can go into this post and record all my thoughts here and emotions, and then I have date and time when I created this post and some categories to help me navigate it later. There are 2 ways in which I'm using the journal. I try to write in the journal in the peaks of my emotional agitation. I'm writing all my thoughts, all my emotions during this period. I don't know how this works, but at times when I'm very emotional, when I'm about to blow up, when I'm about to hit that send on some angry email, and I instead write this anger into journal. So the moment I write this into a journal, the interesting things happen. My brain gets into another state where it's no longer processing chaotic emotions and thoughts, but it's more like a calm state where you can productively solve problems. There's also a second way in which I'm using the journal. As an exercise, I make myself read my past entries into this journal. And when I read them, I'm seeking for one thing. I'm seeking for repetitive thought patterns. Sometimes I have repetitive thought patterns across different contexts, across different situations. And when I come across with this repetitive pattern, the interesting thing is the moment I realize this is happening, I'm already changed. I don't know how this works, but during that moment when I realize this is repetitive thinking going on, I'm going around in circles, I don't want to do it anymore. And next time the same situation happens and my mind is inclined to have the same thought process, it's interrupted next time. So that's how I'm using the journal. The benefit of that is you are improving yourself. I am improving myself, and I am becoming better at awareness, but at the same time, I work with nobody. I work with journals, so essentially I am talking out all my emotions and thoughts to myself. There's nobody else who can add something extra, some beliefs that are not mine. So this is a clean process where you go forward and nobody is giving you something that takes you backwards. So that's my experience with the journal.